So best friends got each other's back. We used to cruise around with a bass to the max. Everyone in school while I was in the lab, cooking up some beats that would turn into tracks. High school chillin', I was on a mission. I had bigger dreams of being a musician. Teachers always talked but I couldn't seem to listen. I lived in a fantasy land, they called it fiction. But I was gonna be big one day, playing shows on the road to a sold out stage. Nobody really cared or believed I would make it anywhere close, I would fail and fade. But that's cool, I love that, cause any little doubt gives me energy back. And now, I'm in a place where I'm glad I never gave up on the dreams I had. And big dreams lead to big things, and big swings lead to big rings. Championships or the big screen, anyone who did anything took a big swing. And big dreams lead to big things, and big swings lead to big rings. Championships or the big screen, anyone who did anything took a big swing. Yeah, let's go. So if you want something big, you gotta swing fast, swing hard and commit. You might miss 10 times, but when you hit, just make sure that you get all of it, okay? People at the top took risks. Investing and testing is all that they did. It's not complicated, it just takes grit. So never give up, take a swing at it. And big dreams lead to big things, and big swings lead to big rings. Championships or the big screen, anyone who did anything took a big swing. And big dreams lead to big things, and big swings lead to big rings. Championships or the big screen, anyone who did anything took a big swing.
Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to the Pick and Roll Podcast, episode number 41. Sorry there was no podcast last week. I had plans, something came up, but we're here. Everything's good. What is up, guys? I'm here with Nikki Steves, Next Shift Randy, Blaze Radio, and Rios from Just Fans Podcast. How's everyone doing? And we are live on everyone's channel now. Everyone's channel we're live on.
Or just Blaze. You can just call me Blaze, too. Mitch can drop the D.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What is going on, everybody? We see Wally in the chat. We see someone named Blaze Radio. I don't know who this is.
I don't know who that guy is. Get him out of here. Ban him.
Hey, Daniel. What's up, Sean? What is up, man?
Sean.
And then TRL will be on in a few minutes. We're not talking about your Cardinals. We're not talking about your Cardinals. That's all I got to say. But, yeah, so breaking news. I was just about to start it, and then it broke that the Pacers are looking to trade Buddy Hield. So after contract extensions, negotiations stalled out, Buddy Hield and the Indiana Pacers have started dialogue to work on finding a potential trade. League sources say, and Nikki, I don't know if you're here, but by the Sixers, Blaze, you could probably answer this too. Sixers fans are going to be like, give me Buddy Hield. Give me Buddy Hield. Yeah. So how do you guys feel about this? I feel like it's just another offseason with Buddy Hield. That's what I feel. It's like he's always in the news about what teams he's going to. So whoever wants to take it. Oh.
I'm like, okay, if the Sixers try, what are we going to have to give up and what are we going to get in return beside Buddy Hield? Yeah, I mean, that's a question you got to ask. And I just realistically don't really see it. I mean, we haven't got anything going as far as a trade goes this offseason. I don't see it all of a sudden now coming together. And what do we have to give them? Korkmaz?
Hey, we got
Deadman? I mean,
we got Kelly Oubre II.
Yeah,
Kelly
that's
Oubre
solid,
Jr.
but
No,
still doesn't
I
help
know
with
we're
the
going to talk about that in a bit
moves.
too. But
Doesn't
yeah,
help a whole lot, I should say.
yeah. Randy, how do you feel about this, man? I just feel like it's another off season.
Yeah, same old. Another year, another Buddy Hield topic. I feel like if anything, he might go to a contender. So anybody that's at the top will probably want somebody like him off their bench or starting.
Blaze.
I mean, if you need shooting, you should probably consider it if it's monetarily feasible for your team to get someone like him. And like Randy just said, whether it's a starter or coming off the bench, depending on who it is, I think it can bring value to teams that need a shooter.
Yeah. Rios, your Rockets, maybe?
I don't see it happening. I think he's probably going to go to contender. We're still a rebuilding team. I think he's not going to come here. I don't think we can afford him anyway.
Oh, yeah, you overpaid for Dylan Brooks. And I forgot the other guy, Fred VanVleet. Coach, how do you feel about this, man, with Buddy Hield?
He ain't coming to the Knicks.
Well, there you go.
I mean, it makes no sense to bring him to the Knicks anyway. I mean, right now unless they're going to take Evan Fournier and take his contract off the Knicks, because it's pretty much going to be, to me, they're pretty much the same type of player. Maybe Hield's younger than Fournier, but they're both 3-point shooters, and I don't really know his defensive ability. So, now if you're going to take Evan Fournier's contract, and I'd have to look at his contract, and right now he wants an extension, so it makes no sense to bring him to the Knicks at all.
Why do I see the Lakers? Like, honestly, why do I see the Lakers? I know
They try to get everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
They try to
Their
get
team is pretty much like fully loaded. So I'm just like, I see the Lakers. That's one. Maybe the Warriors for the bench, I could see. That'll be a nice one.
Now, for those that don't know whether he restructures his contract or not, he made $22.5 million last year.
Ooh, God.
So I don't know what he's scheduled to this year, but that's a lot to try to work into your salary cap or whatever. If you don't have the rumor, like you guys have all said, depends on what's going the other way to get Buddy too. What do they want for him? Are they asking for too much? We've already seen that with other people.
Yep.
You got to have the right price.
He averaged 42 points or 42% from three last year, and he played in 80 games. So,
Buddy Hield, I always wanted him when he was in that draft class. I'm like, the Sixers were on top, like pick 1, 2, or 3, I forget. But I was like, can we just draft Buddy Hield? I knew it wasn't going to happen, but I was just like, please, because we still need shooting. Sixers still need shooting. But, yeah, kind of crazy.
I didn't know he's from the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now I do.
See, you learned something new every day.
Yeah.
And then Chicago Bulls have expressed interest in joining the pursuit for Damian Lillard.
We've had the Lillard since we started this podcast. When I started joining it, we've been talking about Lillard and Harden almost every week. Like, is anything going to happen with either one of those dudes?
Oh, please. I'm getting sick of hearing about it at this point.
I know, me too, Nikki. I think yesterday or the day before I saw something where the Heat are now out of it for Lillard, but
I heard they're in it.
It depends. Well, that's what I mean. Depends on where you read. They're in it. Recently, I've read that now they're out of it. I mean, I feel weird for like a guy like Tyler Hero. He's hurt. He's coming back off an injury, but does the team want him? Any trade, he's kind of in it already. So it's like, do you want to play for a team that kind of doesn't want you or seems like they don't want you? I don't know. This is a weird situation with those two guys right now.
It is.
It seems like they're both going to play for the same team they did last year.
Right.
Pretty much. I mean, training camp starts like in 3 weeks? I don't see them getting moved before then.
Yeah, I don't either. But what are the Bulls going to give up? What would the Bulls give up for him? That was another part of the question. I'm sure Levine would be in there, but he'd have to get more than
I think it would be like a 14 trade. And I hate the fact that I'm keep on saying it's a 14 trade, but it makes sense.
Well, that's what I've read a lot too with the Lillard stuff is they seems like they think it has to have more than two teams to get him out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would ask for a lot for Dame Lillard too. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Oh, I would too.
I think the right scenario, he's a top 5 player if he's in the right scenario. But who knows what scenario is that?
No,
Do you
you're
have,
good.
by the way, Mitch, do you have the Giannis news on tap for tonight at all?
I think I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has something to do with your Knicks, Coach.
Yeah, I saw that. Damian Lillard says Kyrie Irving has the most beautiful game in NBA history.
Oh, so beautiful. I've
And
never heard
I'm
any
like-
game described as beautiful.
But he actually does when you really think about the way he plays. I mean, his handle,
Probably the
way
best
he
handle in the
moves.
game. Who has a
I
better
mean,
handle than him?
Right
yeah,
now,
it
no
is
one.
beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful to watch. So I get it. And when he says that, it's just that you got to deal with all the other stuff with Kyrie, which turns you off. But
Yeah.
if you didn't have to deal with that, just just focus on his game. His game is beautiful. It really is the way he plays. I mean, he gives you some semblance of street ball, but it's a little bit more structured to the NBA. He does have, some issues, but if you just watch him play, don't take his name out of the equation and just look at the player. It is a beautiful game. It is beautiful to watch him play. Sorry, I agree.
I can agree with you on that. And I remember he did this move. I think he was on the ground. He did like a forward roll. He shot it at the last second, but I missed.
So who has the best handles in the NBA? Is it Kyrie? Does anybody think it's anybody different? Best handles in the NBA. What does
Right
everybody
now
think?
or all time? Because-
Right now.
Okay.
Currently
All time I'm
playing,
going
currently
AI, but
Currently playing. Does anybody think it's not Kyrie that has the best handle in the game?
it's
My
My
gotta be
problems
Kyrie.
with him are mostly off the court. So I think he's the best handle in the game right now.
Yeah,
Anyone?
I'm with you. It has to be Kyrie in terms of just straight handle. I mean, the way it's like he has a yo-yo sometimes.
Yeah.
The way he dribbles that ball and moves it forward and then brings it back between the legs around the back. I mean, that's why I say it's beautiful just watching him, the way he'll shake a defender. But yeah, his handle is it's crazy watching his handle.
It is. And we keep on talking about the offensive game. What about his defensive game? His defensive game is one of the worst I've seen.
You want to hear the
Yeah.
top 10 handles right now?
Right now, hit me with it.
Kyrie, number 1.
Of course.
Steph Curry, number 2.
Fact.
James Harden, number 3.
Boo.
Damian Lillard, number 4. Trae Young, number 5. Chris Paul,
Yeah.
number 6.
Yeah.
LaMelo, number 7. Donovan
Excellent.
Mitchell, 8. Luka, 9. De'Aaron Fox, 10. With Ja at 11.
Yeah, I forgot about Ja. Yeah, Ja does have.
If Ja could stop
Yeah.
carrying so damn much, but they don't call that. So,
They don't call that anymore.
At all.
No.
but I mean, I don't have a problem with any of those. I mean, Chris Paul, I would say, would be up there historically.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Game
Wait.
and as much as I hate James Harden, he has good handles. I can't deny him that.
You can dribble the air out of a basketball. I'll give him that.
Yeah. He
Oh.
loves to dribble it. He's
Yeah.
one of the best dribblers.
Wait, Randy, the Vikings got Cam Akers?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Holy smokes.
Now, will they use him? I know it's a basketball podcast, but
I don't think so.
He's an upgrade over Madison. I would hope they
Yeah.
use him.
I love Madison,
Yeah.
though. I'm a
I've
huge
always
fan
loved
of
Cam
Madison.
I
Akers.
still think
but
they should have kept Dalvin Cook. I don't understand why they cut him. I think they're just
The
looking
money.
The money.
The money.
yeah,
It's money. It was money,
Maybe
Mickey.
they're using Brees Hall a lot more than Cook and the Jets too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird shit going on over there.
Yeah. Hold on. Okay, next. Oh, here we go. I got it.
Oh,
The Knicks are closely watching the situation with Giannis and could plan their net actions around him. The Knicks could put together a solid trade offer for Giannis. They own the rights to the 4 future first-round picks and come on, Twitter. And 4 first-round picks and all have their own. Oh, there we go. Yeah, reasonable. All right. So, Coach, how do you feel?
Is it going to get rid of Julius Randle?
I knew that was coming.
I knew that was going to happen right away.
I mean, you can't. I mean, Giannis is one of the best in the world, man. If you guys
So
can find a way to get him, that's huge.
as long as it includes Julius and not stripping down the team, sure, no problem. I'm not stupid.
What if it's
I will take
Julius
that.
and 2 first-round picks? Because they said they have 4 of them.
Bye.
Yeah. Yep.
Bye. Bye. Now I will
Because the
say
way
this
that's working,
also.
saying that Knicks have extra first-round picks, right? Because it says they still
Well,
have
yeah,
their
we
own
have
first.
not our own. We have 4. As a matter of fact, I think one of them is Milwaukee's.
Yeah.
So we do have 4 first round. But the thing with that is they're protected. The way a lot of them are protected, some of them are top 18 protected. You know, I get the top 10. I get that because that's a lottery. But when you get to the 18, it's like you're not going to get it, and it transfers a couple of times before it becomes a second round draft pick. By then, it's like, is it really a first round draft pick? So, you know, now if you're talking about Milwaukee's, depending on, I believe it's Milwaukee's, is it 25? I believe it's 2025. I'm not 100% off the top of my head, but I know we have theirs. I think we have Detroit's, which is top protected. Who was it last year who we didn't get? They were top 10 too. Oh, Dallas.
Yeah.
So, and I forgot who the other one is. So, you know, plus our own. So now, if you're talking about one of those and one of our own, and you know, you just said 2, and Julius for Giannis, yeah, you do that in a heartbeat. There's no question that you do that. He number one, what he brings offensively, but he is great defensively, and he would fit well with Tibbs.
What if it's 3 number ones, Coach? What if it's 3 number ones?
Still doing it.
Yeah,
I'm still doing
4
it.
number ones?
What about all 4 of them? That's a lot.
Well, wait. You said all 4, but see, the thing is, what 4? If you're talking about 2 of the ones we have from other teams and 2 of our own, I'm doing it.
There you go. Fair. What did you mean about that comment, Nikki? I want that clarified. What are you talking?
It's like a lot of this talk going around about trades and this could happen, this could happen. A lot of it's just crap to get people talking.
Speculation, yeah.
Yeah, most of it rarely ever sees the light of day.
But who are you talking about? The mofos, the Bucks? Are you talking about the Bucks or
no? The people putting a lot of this stuff out there.
Well, that part. If you're talking about like the media and content creators, okay.
Speculating.
But in the NBA, you do pick up the phone and see what it will get to get XYZ player. You throw it out there and you see. So that's why now what usually happens is somebody in the organization will give a reporter, hey, just off the record, or, you know, don't put my name attached to it, but here's what's going on or what's being talked about. Nothing is set in stone. And that's where sometimes you get a lot of this stuff. And that's in all sports, whether it's basketball, football, baseball. That's usually what happens. You know, and yes, some of it is just, you know, we take it and we run with it and we make it more than what it really is. But in terms of the business of the sports, and a GM or whoever is the decision maker has to at least pick up the phone and see what it will take to get XYZ player, because that's how you try to see if you can improve your team and position yourself in whatever facet. And you'll know if a team says, no, there's no way, no, we're keeping him. Let's see how things play out. You know, then you know that, okay, there's the possibility. So, you know, I don't think they do it to, I'm talking about the league, members in the league. I don't think they do that to try and appease us. They try to do that to appease their butts and save their jobs.
Yeah, and Coach, you should actually make a video on this for your channel. I can DM you the tweet, and you can just talk about what you just said.
Yeah, I already follow NBA Central. I know I can. Yeah, so I know I can pull this up easy. It's just.
I mean.
Yeah, I got you. I'm going to consider it, and you know, once we get off, you know, about doing it. So.
Yeah. So, Randy, how do you feel about this? I haven't heard your take on this.
Yeah, well, if it happens, shit, look out. I mean, the Mecca, the Godzilla in New York, that would be crazy. I mean, the amount of money they would sell when it came to merch, the amount of money he would bring in for Dolan would just be out of this world. But like Coach said, what is it going to cost? Is it going to cost him basically dismantling his whole team for one guy, or is it going to take a singular player with a boatload of picks? We don't know, but
Right.
you know,
here's what I honestly think what would end up happening. We're going to lose either RJ or Grimes.
Yeah.
Or well, quickly, I think he'll definitely be included in that. But that also means that they're going to be breaking up that team. So they're going to be shipping out all those other guys too. So we're going to have to lose young players along with those draft picks. That's why I say, is it going to cause me to really dismantle the team? Now, if you're just talking about Julius, now they feel like, all right, we can still compete with Julius. Fine, sure, no problem. Reality, no, it's not going to happen.
No.
It's not. It's not.
So when's the last time the Knicks have had a top tier player? Does it go all the way back to Ewing?
Or is it Carmelo?
Or is it Melo?
Melo.
I'm talking
Melo.
top 5 best in the world type stuff. Melo's amazing, but was he a game changer taking to the finals?
When he first came over from Denver, yes, he was.
Okay.
Yes, he was.
I agree.
Melo was. So if you want to argue 6 to 10, I'm even fine with that. If you want to say he's pushing top 5, because we have to go back over and see at that point in time who was, of course you're going to say LeBron, D Wade,
So my point is, it's been a long time since you've had a NBA all NBA player on the team.
Yes.
So that's why I'm thinking if you have an opportunity to get someone like Giannis,
you got to
throw it all in the pot if you have to.
Technically, Julius was all NBA.
Yes, true.
I think his first one. So
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
The very top of the world. Yeah.
Me, if I look at, it's always going to be Melo, and then prior to that, I mean, do we want to say Houston or Sprewell? Those are like, and then
second
before
tier,
that,
probably.
They're second tier.
That's second tier.
Still great players.
That's my point. And then before that is Ewing. So realistically, I mean, other than the 70s, I mean, you could say Ewing all dominant, and Ewing is, has always been argued that he's not a top tier center because, he played in the era of David Robinson, Elijah Wan, even Shaq. I mean,
I put him up there definitely.
So so it's
changed
like
the game in college, in my opinion. Ewing changed the game in college.
Yes, he did.
From the gray undershirt to blocking million shots to dunking on people's heads, he changed the game in college.
So so it just Knicks have never really. We're just when it comes to the NBA, to be brutally honest, we are still a second class citizen. I'm sorry, we are.
What other teams do you guys think that would be in the market for a Giannis if he was up there, other than the Knicks? Does anybody else out there have any ideas?
I think Brooklyn.
Warriors.
Brooklyn. Warriors. Yeah.
Lakers.
Yeah, you got to throw them in there. You have to.
Miami.
Miami would be a good
Miami. Boston.
Teams that have the ability to try to get
Boston. I question Boston because are you going to group him with Brown and what's his name?
Tatum? Yeah, they can't.
Tatum.
That's their heart.
So are you
and get Giannis? Watch it.
Exactly. But realistically, would Milwaukee say no? You got to give us one of those two, and more than likely, I would say it's going to be Brown.
Yep.
So are you going? Is Milwaukee going? I mean, is Boston going to want to do that? So because who's older? Brown? No, Giannis is older than Brown, right? Because Brown is what 24, 25?
I think Giannis is older than Brown.
Yeah, so
Giannis is like 26, 27. Like, it's still, mid-20s.
Don't they have, like, all his brothers in Milwaukee right now, too?
Yeah.
Giannis is 28.
And Thanasis actually played with the Knicks. He came into the NBA through the Knicks first. So
and Brown is 26.
I mean, he's already got a ring with Milwaukee, so why wouldn't you want to check out different somewhere else? I would if I was him at this point. I said about him and Dame. Those two have been with the same team for how long? I'd love to see them on a different lineup.
Coach, so what if they want Brunson?
No.
So that's your only no.
Because it boils down to, if you give up Brunson, who's going to be your point guard?
Use one of them
Maybe you
picks.
can get a point guard and back in the deal.
What point guard does Milwaukee have other than Drew Holiday? If you're going to tell me you're going to give me Drew Holiday and Giannis, then fine, Brunson.
See, I would think if they're losing Giannis, they're going to want another big back to kind of take his spot. They have other, I mean, with Middleton and Holiday, they have other pieces. They would probably want to get a big guy.
Then you're talking to two players on the Knicks, and that's Julius and Mitchell Robinson.
Yep. Those would be the two that they would probably eyeball, if not both.
But Mitchell Robinson, if you want Mitchell Robinson over Giannis, here you go.
Julius, Mitchell, and 2 first-round picks.
No.
You still do it?
No. Because
Julius, Mitchell, and 1 first round.
Why am I
now I have no, you're missing. We have no. Well, no, you have Hartenstein. I'm sorry.
Me in the deal.
No. I mean, maybe because I have also what you call on the Sims on the bench too. So.
Here's another thing you got to think of, Coach. If Giannis does come and you lose a couple good pieces, don't you think some big free agents would love to come play in New York with Giannis?
It's the money.
You know what I'm talking about?
So like, it's always going to. Why are they not going to Milwaukee?
Brunson,
why are they not going to Milwaukee to play with him then? If that's the case.
We've seen for how many years no one's going there. Well, Milwaukee's not getting people, is what I've seen. Milwaukee's not going out there actively looking to build around Giannis. You know what I'm saying?
And who would want to come? Well, I mean, you're making a valid point. It is
a lot of people would be like, Giannis in New York. I think free agents would want to come there. I would, if I was a free agent, middle of the road player, be like, hey man, that's an opportunity to go there and maybe.
Samuel said it best right there, because that. I mean, you just brought back what's his name at center. You have all these pieces. Lopez? You have Bob Lopez. You have Bobby Portis Jr. I mean, you have all these pieces that says you're not blowing that team up. You're trying to compete.
Yep.
Now, if you're saying down the road, Giannis is talking about leaving.
Yeah, because I think next year he's a free agent.
Yeah, I think this might be more so after this year, because the Knicks are going to watch the situation this year.
You just said the magic word. He's a free agent.
Yeah.
So that's a different story. Now we could talk sign and trade, and guess what? You might not have to give up first-round draft picks or that many first-round draft picks, because now we could try and see if we could trade off a couple of guys, throw some first-round draft picks, get a top-tier player, make it more enticing for Giannis to want to come here, and then throw the bag at him. So if that's the case with Milwaukee, if he's a free agent, why am I? Because then it goes back to what happened with the Knicks with Carmelo. You gave up so much of your talent when you could have waited a year
and signed him for nothing.
I understand Brooklyn wanted him, but you know what? If Brooklyn wanted him that bad, then go ahead and get him, and then that's the end of the story. But you gave up a huge move, you gave up so many key pieces that would have helped. Carmelo would have just been the I don't want to say cherry on the top, but he would have been the whipped cream, the cherry, the nuts, the chocolate syrup, all on the. Y'all stop with me. Look, y'all know me. I'm not a pause.
You had to throw the nuts in there, didn't you?
Hey, yes. Walnuts. You want me to say walnut? Almonds. Is that better? But I'm just saying, if you're gonna.
He isn't a free agent after this year. He's one in 2025, says Sam. So we got 2 years before he's a technical free agent.
So, yeah.
Who can't defend?
I think basically Milwaukee.
You talking about Melo? He's talking about Melo, I think.
He's talking about
with that.
I was going to say, don't say Jonas can't defend. Shit.
No.
We're all going to jump down your throat.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And Giannis would fit the Knicks' defensive mentality. Believe you me, it would make the NBA ugly to a lot of fans, but it would make it beautiful for me. I would love
if you got rid of what's his name?
Who? Randall?
Yeah, especially if he's gone in the process.
Imagine, seriously, think about that. If you didn't have to get rid of Robinson and Giannis down low, protecting the paint, Giannis can still get out and block. Even Robinson can block shots at the 3-point line. Come on, man. Come on, now you're talking that. Now that opens up the opportunity to run.
Who gets traded first, Giannis, Dame, or Harden?
Giannis.
Dame. I
You
think it's
Giannis
Dame.
gets traded first?
I think
You
it's
said
Dame.
Dame. He said Giannis.
Yeah.
That's the $1 million question right there. Which one of those three get to a different team first?
So, TRO, how do you feel about this? Giannis to the Knicks, maybe.
Giannis to the Knicks. I mean, for me, I look at it as like, what does Milwaukee want? Do they want like all of their players, or do they just want like a haul of draft picks? Because if they have to give up because the Knicks have the draft picks, so if it's like one or two players that the Knicks wouldn't mind getting rid of, and like a certain amount of picks, wouldn't be that bad for the Knicks. But I mean, it just depends on what Milwaukee's asking for. But I mean, I don't understand why everyone is assuming he's just gonna get traded, because I mean, they just re-signed Brooke Lopez, they just re-signed Chris Middleton and Bobby Portis. It's like they're trying to run it back.
Yeah, they got a good team to run it.
Yeah, so they're trying to run it back. So I don't.
That's why I didn't understand either. I'm like you. You're like,
I mean,
trade him. Like,
yeah, they should contend this year with that team, honestly.
Yeah, so I understand like how Giannis getting traded is like a rumor right now, but that's just me.
Well, it's basically the same team as last year, and they got knocked out early in the playoffs. Like, I didn't see them add anyone to put them over the hump.
It's a very vague tweet, though, if you look at it. They're closely watching. They could put together a trade offer, so it's very vague. This isn't, hey, Giannis is on the market, and the Knicks are number one on the list. It ain't that at all.
But that's what I said about as far as a GM. You try and see, okay, fine, we're monitoring. What does it take? I heard, blah 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 blah. Then they'll tell you, yeah, they're gonna throw everything. We want RJ, we want Grimes, we want Quickly, we want 7 first-round draft picks. You put all that on the table because now that's a negotiation ploy.
Honestly, every team in the NBA should be closely watching the situation with Giannis and try to think about a trade. Every team. He's that damn good. He brought a chip to Milwaukee, for goodness sakes.
And that's how I see it.
Sorry,
that's how I see it. Hell, you know what, Mitch? He would be good on your Sixers.
Who?
Yeah.
Giannis?
Yeah,
Giannis?
Embiid can go bye-bye if Giannis is coming over.
Oh, if we get Giannis, bye-bye Embiid. Right.
Because whatchamacallit is a defensive-minded coach, right, Randy?
Nick Nurse?
Yeah.
That's correct. Yep.
There you go.
Just stay away from the Western Conference. That's all I care.
Well, what if you got the Suns, man? You might as well stack the deck over there in Phoenix a little more. Throw Giannis in that.
We got no draft picks, and we have all of our, and we'd have to get rid of at least one of our superstars. So I'm good on that.
Well, Ayton, isn't he one of your superstars?
I mean, Milwaukee doesn't want him. They got Brooke Lopez already.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
I know.
What's up, Marley?
Giannis to the Mavericks, right, TRL? Giannis to the Mavericks.
Absolutely not. No. How dare you say that, sir?
Next.
That would with Kyrie and Luka.
Yeah.
Well,
Are
if
you
Kyrie and
kidding
Luka
me?
can coexist, first of all,
Yeah.
that would be dangerous if those three can click. Wow.
Still missing the
Yeah.
playoffs.
Yeah.
you hope, but that'd be funny
I
if they did
mean-
miss the playoff with those three.
I wouldn't be surprised. Kyrie's a part-time player.
All right, Giannis, he's staying with the Bucks for 2 more years. Let's move on.
Yeah.
We'll
He's
see.
pretty much going to be there this year and next year.
He
Oh,
will.
here it is.
Stranger
Brandon
things.
Lillard disrespected
How is that not news? How is that brand new news? We talked about that 2 months ago.
That's
Next.
what I got on Twitter. Come.
Enough
He can
Lillard and
request
Harden
a trip
talk.
to Miami if he goes to another team.
Oh, you're going to talk about Harden next, aren't you? Oh, my
Oh, I don't even know what's next.
God.
Oh, James Dolan. Oh,
He looks real happy.
admits that owning a team is stressful. I don't like owning the teams.
Then sell it. Sell the team. Don't own them.
Knicks
Give it to
fans,
someone who wants to own them.
Knicks
Sure,
fans,
Knicks
Oh,
fans.
wait a minute.
They would
Wait a
have a
minute.
choice.
Wait a minute.
I don't
Wait a
really
minute.
like owning teams. What the fuck?
You don't like owning the team?
Sell
Go
it.
play for the team, man.
You can
Be
be
a
on.
cheerleader. Sell them.
Please, please,
Right?
please.
Right? Knicks fans are like, hey, God, it's me again. Tell Dylan to sell the team.
Hey, Blake,
That has to be a joke. That has to be a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke.
I mean, I'm sure
That's
it's not
a joke.
easy to be an owner of millions and millions of dollars and all these people, but where did they get that quote from? Is that in a context? There's a comma right after it where he says owning teams. So I think there's more to that quote. They took it out of context.
New York Times? No, that's legit.
Yeah, but he says, I don't really like owning teams, comma. Like what comes after the comma? That's what I want to know.
I like the money.
Yeah, I don't really like owning teams, but I'm gonna own it till I die. He might have said that afterwards.
Blake, did you ever see the movie Semi-Pro?
Yeah.
He could be Will Ferrell, you know, owner, player, and coach.
Yeah, not player.
Yeah.
Look, every ex-Knick player would probably want to take a nice forearm right to his face if he's playing. Please sell the team. Please sell the team. But yeah, I know he's not going to do that. Come on now. I mean, right now, he's the reason why I do not get to see the Knicks play unless they're on regular prime TV. But on MSG, because he and Comcast are at war with each other, Comcast, and he's asking for astronomical money, Comcast pulled MSG off the docket here in North Jersey. So there's a lot of us who do not get to see the Knicks unless you work out some other, alternatives, which I'm not able to. So I don't get to see my Knicks. I haven't seen my Knicks going on 2 years now.
Oh, wow. It's crazy.
Exactly.
You have the same thing here in Houston as well. Like sometimes there'll be blackouts. Like I live like 30 minutes away from the stadium. How am I not able to see the team on TV? It's bizarre.
Want you to buy a ticket.
Blackouts happen if you don't sell out the sell out the stadium. The Knicks always sell out. They always do. There's no denying that. They always do. Even if it's not Knicks fans, the visitors will always come and buy tickets. So it's just he is just. I mean, and he also owns the Rangers too. So he owns 2 professional sports franchises.
Isn't that comedian on his left?
Yeah, on his right. That's Colin Jost.
Our right, his left.
My right.
Our right, his left. Yeah.
Well, who's the other one to our left and his right?
Well, she needs to smile because she's pretty, but she got the resting bitch face going on right now.
Those the ones I like.
Or is she saying, or is she saying, "Damn, I gotta go home"?
Who are happy?
He's like, I gotta suck that nasty wrinkled balls.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I gotta mess with his nasty old wrinkled balls tonight and shave his gray hairs off his asshole.
Aren't the Knicks the most popular franchise? Not popular, the richest franchise in the NBA.
They're up there.
I bet you he'll take credit for that.
They got to be number 1 or 2.
Can we skip the hard news?
New flopping rule.
That's not news. Please. This is not news at all.
I was going to make a video on this.
It doesn't affect you. Let someone put together a reel of all his flops.
I saw you.
Whoa. Come on. In fairness, he can't come out and say.
No, he's not going to say it, but.
Yeah, so, every player in the NBA, whether it's LeBron, hell, Giannis has flopped. They all flop.
Here's the correct answer to that question. When they ask him about the flopping rule, he should have said, I like it. You shouldn't flop. That's the correct answer. Not, are you calling me a flopper? That tells me, you know what that sounds like? That sounds like an answer a flopper would give you.
He's very defensive.
Yep, defensive instead of saying, "Oh yeah, I don't want people flopping." That takes away from the legitimacy of the game.
But
I like the rule.
What's the next question? What's the next question? As a journalist, you say that, but you know what? You're considered one of the top floppers in the league. Which
that
is
journalist should have had a nice little highlight reel ready to go of all his flops and be like, well, what is all this then, James?
But that's the point. He's not going to sit there and say, that's why I'm saying he's not going to say, oh, I like the rule. Yeah, no, we need to, no.
This ain't news. Get that shit out of here.
One of the things, look, here's what you say, honestly. That's for the referees to determine, I just played the game.
Bingo. Good. That's a good, legitimate political answer that he should have said. That sounds like something a flopper would say. His response.
Look at Chad.
Stream to the Clippers.
Shaving ball.
Chad.
Well, hey, Mr. Dolan likes his stuff
DJ
nice and
Watt
clean and
effect.
smooth, apparently, and that girl
Randy.
wasn't happy about it.
Randy,
Uh-oh,
wow.
Randy.
Can this big three make some noise?
Yes.
As long as they don't give up Ron Harper Jr.
Any three with Dame, I would say. If you're gonna call it a big three.
No,
Randy, does that get you guys to the finals? Randy?
No,
Oh.
Does that get you guys to the playoffs?
I just don't. I don't see the Raptors being in play for him. I just don't. I don't know.
Well, let's pretend they are, and this happens. Does that get your team to the playoffs?
No, because Scotty Barnes hasn't proven himself to evolve off of 15.5 points a game. So unless he evolves and gives me 25 and Pascal gets to 30 and then, Dame does his thing, then maybe, but
Yeah, you're
you
going
know
to
they're
have
asking for one of those guys there. You know they're asking for one of
I
those
feel
guys.
like Dame would be put in a similar situation to the one he'd be leaving.
But you would
That's a
think
good
they
point,
would
too.
ask for one of those two over, or would they ask for, what's his name, OG?
They would ask for Pascal and or Scotty Barnes. Remember when they first broke that there was rumors that Dame wanted out and the Raptors were involved, and they said Raptors right off the hop said, no, we're not giving up Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes is off hand.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
right
So
off
now-
the hop that one of those fellows on the back there would be gone, and that would be Pascal. So
I mean, that's pretty much our franchise in Portland. So if I'm giving up Damian Lillard, I'm going to want picks and young players.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to
That
want an
mean-
established star. I want picks and young players to try to rebuild.
That
Exactly.
would be Anunoby, whatever his name is.
OG Anunoby, yep.
See, here we go.
Yeah.
More Lillard trade talk. Jeez.
I'm just scrolling through my bookmarks.
This trade already.
Hey, that's why he's probably one of the smartest executives out there. He's playing poker. That's what he's doing. He's playing poker.
What's that saying? He's playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers.
Checkers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's a
Mhm.
legend, man. Riley's a legend.
Yep. Okay. Oh, wait.
And here comes more James Harden news, and then more Dame Lillard news. This is now the Harden and Lillard podcast.
Booker's better.
Paul Pierce thinks
I agree.
Corin Booker.
Booker, you got Booker.
Threw
on
him
your
off.
Current Boston forward Jason Tatum is a top 5 player in the NBA.
Booker's better.
I'd say top 10 because I could probably name 5 that I'd put above him. But I'd definitely
I
say
don't know
10.
why. I don't know why I think Brown is better than him. Sorry.
I was just gonna say I have Brown better than Tatum.
I like
Figures
Tatum.
much
I like Tatum's game. I really like his all.
You like his game, but when you talk about top 5, Brown can close the game. Tatum doesn't. He chokes.
Well, Embiid's top 5, and he can't close a damn game.
Different position.
That's
Different
for sure.
position. That's
It's a
you know
different
what
position.
I do give centers a little different a pass because it's different now. He handles the ball. He handles the basketball. So he has the opportunity with Embiid. Yeah, at times he can, but for the most part, he has to go down to the low box, and you have to get him the ball there.
Yeah.
But,
Nikki,
yeah.
unbiased opinion.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
know that.
Totally.
Totally.
Yes.
You know what? Let's try to come up with our own top 5 that is better than Tatum.
Jokic, Giannis, Luka, Embiid, Curry.
All right, that's fine.
Dame, do you think Dame is better than
He's
him?
in the top 10.
I could
Okay.
put Dame there.
You could put
Okay,
Durant up there.
y'all are really at you. Yeah, because I was
I
going to
would-
say, what about Durant and what about LeBron? Sorry,
Durant and LeBron.
I
Durant,
put Ja
LeBron.
above him too.
Ja. Yes, if Ja gets his act together, Zion. If Zion is healthy, this is why I'm looking at top 5
Yeah.
and
Yeah, top
you want to
five.
say
Yeah,
top
Zion's
10.
healthy
I
and
would
in
say
shape.
10, not
Watch out,
5.
man.
I'd say top 10, not 5.
Okay.
I can't put him above. I can list
Yeah.
out 8 or 9. I can't put him above this.
Yeah.
I put him in the top 10.
Dame Lillard, Jimmy
Mm.
Butler.
I even put
Oh,
SGA
yeah.
up there.
Oh yeah,
Jimmy,
Jimmy.
that shit.
I put
Jimmy.
SGA up there and close to the top 10 too. The way
Something
he's been
he
playing.
don't do, him he does.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think.
I'm taking Booker first. I don't care.
Homer.
You can put Booker in there.
You
What
can.
about Jamal Murray? Where do you put those two in comparison to each other?
I'd throw De'Aaron Fox's name in there in that mix as
Jamal
well.
Murray. Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably take Tatum.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Who else?
Well, I'm looking at a top 25, and it has Booker at 25. Fox is 26. But I think I'd have him a little higher, especially Booker.
What about the Batman and Batman Jr. out there with the Clippers?
Kawhi and Paul.
I think both of their time is up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Paul George. I mean, they're both great players, but I don't think they're anywhere near what they were a couple years ago, and I don't think they ever will be.
Kawhi, come back to Toronto.
Kawhi, don't go back to Toronto.
She can hit another shot on the Sixers. Is that why?
Well, we all know why Randy wants that.
All right, Paul Pierce,
Sorry,
you're a little
but I don't
biased.
think it'll work out as well.
Nice.
What's up, man? What's up, NYG, bro?
No, I don't think I'm going to win a championship the second he comes here. I just love that guy's.
Looks good,
I
man.
just love
Looks
him as
good.
a Raptor.
The diehard Brooklyn Nets fan.
Yeah.
Where Brooklyn at?
Damn.
And Victor Wembanyama confirmed he will play for France in the Olympics next year.
Yeah, that's after he plays in the NBA for a
Bro,
year.
let
He
him
goes,
play in the
"Let him
NBA for
score."
Yeah, we're way ahead here.
And
The,
here's
the next slide is who's going to be the number one pick in 2030?
James Harden.
Oh, we already went through this, didn't we?
The most
Overpaid
overrated?
players?
Oh,
Overpaid?
Overpaid.
I don't think we did that.
Did we?
No.
I felt like we.
No.
No, it's all time. Whoops. Okay, most overplayed players of all time. So tennis.
All
Chandler
time.
Person should be a little bit higher.
Dikembe Mutombo?
Yeah,
You
how
think
much? Maybe he made too much. He was great though. How can Mutombo be overpaid? What contract are you talking about?
Where's Tobias?
He's not good enough to be in the top 10.
Where's
I
that?
don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
John Wall. I mean, there's
Overpaid.
reasons why he's in
Yeah,
there.
John
I mean,
Wall was
John
injured.
Wall.
But
He
when
was injured a
when
bunch.
Played like
Hayward was injured a bunch. Clay was injured a bunch. So if those three stayed
Chandler,
healthy
I
throughout
can
their career,
kinda
they'd not
agree
be
with.
on this list.
Chandler, I can kind of agree with.
Clay
Juwan
never lived up
Howard.
to his
I'm a
potential.
Michigan fan, so I'm kind of biased.
He
so.
never lived up to his potential,
Yeah.
in my opinion. He's a great coach, though.
Nah,
Right.
he is.
Yo, Mitch,
Yeah.
check the highlight
Kevin Love,
NYG.
somewhat overrated. Good player,
Okay.
but not a true superstar.
Unpopular opinion. Next, Nets top 5 defense. Does that get them into the playoffs? Unpopular.
I kind
Now,
of
will,
I don't think so.
will Ben Simmons actually play?
Top 5?
Ben Simmons. Put
Well,
Ben
Ben
Simmons
Simmons-
on this list.
Let me see. Howard, I can understand. I can't understand Mutombo. Break down the money that he's made over his career. Batum, okay.
The
Parsons.
only thing I can think of Mutombo is maybe one of those years he made an astronomical amount more than everyone else. Maybe I don't know. I'm trying to figure out why he'd be on this list.
But it says all time overpaid. So I mean, what is
Did he get some kind of ridiculous contract back then or something more than everybody else? I don't think he should ever have been the most highest paid player in the league. But was he? I don't know.
Might have happened at some point.
Yeah, maybe he was at one point, and that's why they're considering him on this list. I'm with you, Coach. He would not be on this list.
No.
Mutombo. That's the number one I take off. The
he's
top
sure
3 are
as
there
a-
because of injuries.
Yeah, and you want to talk about the Batum? Okay, I get, but I mean, first of all, how much of these guys? How much have they made during their career for you to say that they're overpaid? Because in comparison to what?
Yeah, I don't know.
Parsons, I get when he was with Houston. Didn't he get a big contract or something like that when he was with
No.
Houston?
No, that wasn't with us. He left us for Dallas because they gave him.
Oh,
they threw
okay,
the bag
okay.
at him, and then
Dallas got the big
then-
contract for him.
and then
That-
Memphis threw a bigger bag at him. It was like
That I can
94
get
million. They never
That I
played.
can get. Okay, Parsons, I can understand. Al Horford?
Yeah, he can still go now.
No, I think
I
they're
don't know.
talking about when he was with the Sixers and he like completely.
He did
flopped.
get a really big contract back in the day. I remember.
Okay, but you're
Yeah.
talking about. See, that's the. If you look at the statement, it says all time overpaid. So isn't that doesn't that mean during the course of their career?
No, I think what they're saying is they're gonna pick people from all time, but this must be one contract. That's the only way I can think to put Mutombo in there. Because it does say most players of all time. And that just means they're going to pick people from all time, not just now. But I see where you're coming from. Is this their entire career, or is this one big contract that they probably shouldn't have gotten because they never lived up to the potential?
I'm sorry. We could sit here and go down the list, and you could probably find so many more that we would sit here. And you're saying all time. It's, you know what? That's opening the Pandora's box.
Yeah, there's a lot of players that are overpaid. In my opinion.
What's overpaid? Sorry.
No, last one.
Here we go.
ESPN voters predict this was back on my birthday, and of course, Joel Embiid's number 1.
He should be.
Ja Morant? Are you kidding?
Halftime.
Now this is just a poll. It looks like from fans that just selected who they thought would request a trade.
Oh wow!
It's just opinions.
Kyrie,
exactly, Mickey. It's just.
But I
wouldn't
be
opinions.
surprised if Embiid does at some point.
Why is Kyrie?
Yeah, I can see Embiid
just resign. He's gonna.
Hey, NYG, thank you, bro. That's why I said I'm not even going to touch that Pandora's box because Joakim Noah, hell yes. Why isn't he on that list?
Yep.
So it's like,
Right? Talk about over.
If Clay would have never got injured, he would never be near that list.
Man, you could go through the Knicks and you could probably get a top 10 just off of the Knicks alone. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'll give you Charles Smith back in the day. Mr. Can't go up and damn near dunk a damn basketball, letting guys block him.
Get him,
man.
Hell, even the Rockets. I could put together for the Rockets. Jeremy Lin, Omer Asik.
Like you say, you go down the list. When players show the potential, a lot of times they get overpaid to go to another team or to re-sign, and then they never live up to that contract. So, we could list 50 people that are overpaid.
Yeah, so
trades and overpaid is what we're talking about. That's what you get in the offseason, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Possible trades and who's overpaid.
And James Harden and Damian Lillard stories.
Yep, Harden and Lillard. Put them together on a team in China somewhere. You go play with what's his name over there?
Dwight Howard.
I heard he was considering coming back to the NBA.
Yeah, I heard some. I forgot who it was looking to bring him back.
It was the Lakers or Warriors.
It was the Warriors.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, the Warriors need a tall, someone who's at least 6'10" or something.
He ain't scoring 70 points over here like he is over there, though.
No. More like 7 points.
I mean, he could be a value to a team, I guess.
What are you talking about?
Defense.
Dwight Howard. Coming back over. Yeah, there's rumors of him coming back to the NBA.
Oh, yeah. He worked out with what's it, the Lakers?
Golden State.
Warriors. Hey, Wally. Thank you for stopping by.
Wally's acting like he just got here. You were here first, Wally. We talking.
You were here first.
Wally's the best. Great supporter. Shout out to Wally.
Yeah, really respect for Wally.
Wally.
We got 2 more weeks of training camp. You know what? Let's just talk about this now before that's the last thing. Kelly Oubre, Sixers.
No mind-bending grid this week?
No.
Good, my headache won't get worse. No, I'm already battling a migraine, please.
Yeah. All right. So Kelly Oubre. Nikki, I want to hear your thoughts on that. Sixers.
It's the best move they made all off season, but sadly, it's not going to be enough. I mean, it might help a little bit. I mean, they should have done a better job with the off season, but you're still going to have guys like Dedmon, Mo Bamba, aka too many centers. You still got Korkmaz and those guys. I mean, yeah, it's a nice signing, but if he didn't really do much else great beside hire Nick Nurse, so how effective is it really going to be, though? That's the sad part because I want to get behind it, but it's kind of hard to because you don't trust the team.
For me, it's like this.
Mitch loves it.
I like it a lot. You know why? Because it's our only wing we got. It's like our only young athletic wing.
You just don't like Tobias.
Yeah, they're talking. But Yeah, he can easily start. Put Tobias on the bench. He can easily start.
I mean, Nikki's right. It is a significant pickup, the best move they've done in the offseason. But is it a game changer? Does it put him over the hump? I don't think so. I mean, but it's a solid player. Whether he starts sometimes or come off the bench, it is a solid player. He gets some shooting. I mean, he's a good player. I'm not going to say it changes the game, but it's okay.
I think it changes the game for our bench, like just our bench entirely. We get another scoring along with D'Anthony Melton. And like,
I don't mind having a bunch of big guys either, because we all know Embiid, he goes down or takes a week or two off or whatever. You got to have backups that can keep them where they're at or close to it when he's not playing, which is inevitable. Did you mention the load management thing and the 6 people that are exempt to it?
Did you talk about? I did not hear about that. What?
Well, there's LeBron, Curry. There's 6 of them that are exempt from because of their age, I believe, from
their age
protecting them from load management.
Yeah,
but I love that rule.
Kawhi and PG will be playing rock paper scissors before every game.
So I mean, I like the load management rule, but I also understand how some of these players should be exempt because of of their status and how long they've been there.
Nah, if you're gonna make a rule for everyone. I don't think there should be exceptions. This is my 2 cents.
I mean, I understand where you're coming from. I don't know why they had the exemptions. I didn't read like an explanation.
Well, yeah.
It's called the rest policy.
The what?
RESP, the rest policy. So you can. So it's LeBron, Harden, CP3, and more. It says that are exempt. I know Curry's on that list too. Here it is. Oh, Iguodala, James, PJ Tucker, Chris Paul, Taj Gibson, Kyle Lowry, George Hill, Goran Dragic, Al Horford, Rudy Gay, Garrett Temple. I think it's only based on age because those are all players that have been around, right?
And aren't they in their like 40s?
Well, holy shit, there's even more of them. Curry, both Lopez's, Thaddeus Young, Ish Smith, Patrick Beverly, Kevin Young. So, yeah, why are they making this rule if 40 people are exempt?
Exactly. There should be no exemption.
All right, you sold me on it, Rios. I hate this rule. I like the rest rule, but I don't like the exemptions. That's too many. I thought there was only 6 of them. Yeah. No, it ain't over yet. We're going to get rid of them. Come on, unpopular. I can't disagree, though.
Just got to wait for Ben Simmons to play.
Harden's going to retire a Sixer.
Yeah.
Hey, Mitch, why don't you hit me with the Villanova with the Knicks now because we signed Archie
I already said that. Yeah, you
another
Archie Diacono again.
The Villanova Knicks.
Go get McHale.
Hey, for good players, you can't knock it.
In a couple years.
Nope, it's not happening. It's not happening.
Okay.
He's a black sheep. He's not coming over.
Yeah, you're right. He'll be coming back to Phoenix in a couple of years.
Ed Pinckney's going to be your new coach. I'm trying.
Hey, he'll come back to the Sixers. He was with us.
I'm looking up old Villanova players they can.
Thank you for that, by the way.
Chris Ford went to Villanova.
Yeah, but he's not on your team now. So.
Oh yeah, Chris Ford.
It's all right. We got KD out of him, so we're good.
Okay, someone who will bitch, complain about injuries.
You got to get Kyle Lowry. That's another one from Villanova.
Whatever.
Good luck.
Just load them up with Villanova players.
Good luck.
Jay Wright.
Cal. Yeah. All right, guys. I think that's gonna conclude this episode of Pick and Roll, episode number 41. Next week, training camp starts in a couple weeks. So, Randy, are you and I doing Philly to the North on Friday?
We might as well just wait till the season starts. There's really nothing to talk about.
That is true, unless something big breaks. But free agent players sign anywhere.
Yeah, Wally's good at stating the obvious.
Yep.
Yes, they will.
Fine. I'm gonna be live for AEW with Earl Cole and Sarah. So that's gonna happen in like 20 minutes. So make sure you guys stay around for that. And we got some good stuff coming for the network. I appreciate everyone who was on this podcast with me tonight. It will be on next week and the week after. So And don't forget, me and Coach will be live streaming Michigan versus Rutgers on Saturday. So that'll be fun. I hope the Pistons get good players. You already have good players.
Marley's also good at restating the obvious. Thank you, Wally.
And join our
tomorrow night. Tomorrow night.
Wrestling.
That's my night bot. Good job.
I need a night bot.
Right.
All right, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe to everyone's channel, and we're live on Judge Fans Podcast from here on out. Thank God. But,
we did it.
We did it. Hooray. And yeah, guys, we are out. Everyone have a good night.
Where's my brownie?